as of a couple of days ago, the lockdowns eased for fully vaccinated adults after, we as a state passed the 70% double vaccination target. Yay! Obviously, children under 16 who are not fully vaccinated at this stage, they can generally follow the rules for fully vaccinated people so long as they are with a fully vaccinated member of their household. Okay, so for adults who aren't fully vaccinated, there are more rules and restrictions that apply to what they can do. Now, what does this, and obviously when we hit 80% double vaccination, which I think is, all the targets are saying it'll be this Sunday, which means the rules then change again next Monday. So we'll talk about it again next week. But as of this week, so what does it mean for real estate? That's, it has so many other things, and there's very little written about what it means for real estate. I mean, you can take I've got the table that, was in the Financial Review, and, it goes what happens at 70%, what happens at 80%, what happens on December 1. At the moment, and we had a change to this, the maximum number of people in a home, this is 70%, so let's just talk about 70% today because that's what we're on about. It's 10 people in a home and 20 people in outdoor gatherings. Some documentations I've seen have talked about 30 people, but from what I can see from the public health orders, there's 20. But happy to be proven wrong on that one because there's so many different pieces of information out there. In terms of inspections, the government's updated COVID-19 safety plans. Now, we all have to have a COVID safety plan. Now, we talked about this last year when we all first did our first COVID safety plans, and there's a specific one for retail and open homes and auctions. So you obviously click through to that one, and when you go through that plan, there are specific questions that you are asked. And so, but really, let's go with the square meterage rule. So it's about the 1 person per 4 square meters indoors and 1 person per 2 square meters outdoors. And, and that's where we're sitting with that. So, and when we get to that, face masks need to be worn in indoor areas unless people are exempt. So obviously, they would need to show you something about that. And people must still check in using the New South Wales Services app. So, obviously you need, still following your hygiene protocols, having your hand sanitizer at key points throughout any venue that you're showing, and making sure that you're not going over your numbers, you're not going over your per square meterage place. Now for auctions, people have had auctions on Monday and Tuesday night, and it's only Wednesday, so it's happening already. So again, look at the density rules of that 1 person per 4 square metre indoors and 1 person per 2 square metre outdoors. Again, face masks need to be worn unless people are exempt, and they need to check in using the New South Wales Services app. So no difference here. Again, sanitizer, have it there. Show that you are mindful of what your COVID plan is. Have your, at an auction or an open house, it wouldn't hurt. You don't have to. You can have your COVID plan there. So that's all part of the way you're rolling with that. Have a look at the New South Wales Government's COVID safety plan, and when you got it here, no, it's always good to be looking at how we're running this. Now it looks at the well-being of staff and customers, so that's important. Physical distancing, so there's your density, your 1 per 4 square metres, your 1 per 2 square metres thing. Ventilation is an issue. Okay, so if you're running an open home and you've got people coming in, open the windows. Okay, so making sure, it doesn't really matter how cold it is, wear a jacket. Be very obvious about your hygiene, your cleaning, have your wipes there, have your sanitizer there. Be very clear about how you're looking after both the property, be it a property management property or a sale property, doesn't matter, and make sure that you're obviously keeping your record keeping. So the COVID safety plan is about addressing each of those issues, and there are specific questions that you get asked throughout the COVID safety plan that you need to answer, and they range from social distancing, capacity must not exceed the 1 per 4 and 1 per 2. How will you do this? So you need to be actually dealing with that. It talks about vaccinations and people entering work areas. So that's more from in your office. Avoid congestion. One of the issues is avoid congestion of people in specific areas where possible. So this is maybe people queuing to get into an open home. So you've got a really hot property and, people want to actually get in and see about this. Then work out how you're actually going to manage your queue. So there's still that social distancing between the people in the queue. You might be doing a great job inside and forgetting about, that there's a queue outside and people are right on top of each other. So be really careful about, so this prompts you to think about all of those things. Using outdoor settings wherever possible. Increasing your natural ventilation. So they actually talk about opening windows and doors and keeping them open. Using mechanical ventilation if the windows aren't possible. So turning on the air and getting the air moving around in a place. And obviously all of the hygiene areas and capacity for people to access the hygiene, the hand sanitizer. And sometimes that's about having a something that you don't need to touch, so it's one that you can put your hand under and automatically it will come out, so people aren't putting their hands all over it, or you are dispensing the hand sanitizer on the way in, the way out. Easy stuff.